What's going on, Misfit Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. We are back. It is WrestleMania week. I am at the Misfit. We got Monday Night Raw for March 27th, 2023. The go home Raw, the final Raw before WrestleMania. I'm going to talk about all that and all the happenings on this show. And the schedule for this week is going to be insane. But before you do all that, before I talk about all that, I want you to do very, very simple, easy things that happens on this show, what here and whatnot. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below. All this is on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Misfit Wrestling Podcast. And then you can follow me on Twitter, Misfit Podcast TV, on the Instagram, Misfit Wrestling Pod. I'm even going to plug Facebook because no one uses it. The other audio outlets, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible.com, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcast, and all that fine stuff. We got some news coming up. I'm going to talk about some news that came out about Triple H and the World Heavyweight Championship situation here. So, we do know Sunday night, the main event of that show is going to be Cody Rhodes challenging Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. This is from Give Me Sports, from WrestleVotes. According to WrestleVotes, Triple H has approved the design of the new WWE World Championship title belt, as Give Me Sports has learned. WrestleVotes tells Give Me Sport that the new World Heavyweight Championship belt has been created and is waiting its debut soon. This comes with tense speculation that Roman Reigns' championship run is coming to an end this weekend at WrestleMania. The main event of WrestleMania 39 as a whole, we'll see Cody Rhodes, the winner of the 2023 Men's Royal Rumble, challenging not Cody. He's not challenging himself. He's challenging Roman Reigns for the title match. In the eyes of many, presents the perfect opportunity for Triple H to dethrone Reigns and crowning Cody as the champion. And this weekend could really be the start of a new era for WWE, with the WrestleVotes telling Give Me Sport in an exclusive interview that Triple H has had a new WWE title design approved. This is what WrestleVotes had to say. There's a new belt. I don't know for sure if it's getting a new name. I don't know if one of the titles is going away, but there is a new belt, and the WWE has had made, and the decision makers have improved it, aka Triple H. Like, if they want to introduce it tomorrow, they could. All the boxes are checked. At the time of this writing, there's no word on when the new title will be introduced, but after WrestleMania 39 seems to be like the perfect opportunity to do so. There's no word on whether or not the new belt is just a new design for one of the existing world titles, or if it's a brand new championship that's going to be introduced all together. Interesting enough that this comes around a supposed leak of a brand new World Championship custom title made for Cody Rhodes that emerged online over the weekend, which is just a custom belt that was made by a fan, which you can read more about on what this is here. It's worth noting that the current chief content officer and head of creative, Triple H, has been working on separating the undisputed WWE Universal Championship for some time now. In fact, Give Me Sport reported last month that Triple H sees the undisputed title as Vince's final mess, as Vince McMahon's final mess when he was the head of creative at the time, and as you could read more about in one of the older articles, which I'm not going to read here. Once the issue to be sorted out by SummerSlam 2023, which happens in Detroit, Michigan at Ford Field. This also comes after a report from Fight Fans. Take that. I don't know much about Fight Fans, but take that. This one is a great grain of salt. They claim that Triple H isn't a fan of the Universal Championship. To be fair, no one is a fan of the Universal title, and has considered scrapping it completely, which can also be fine in an article that they had here. Both reports make it really seem like a new title is being introduced in WWE. That the new title could be replacing the Universal title altogether, but that's far from confirmed at this stage. And that's basically what Give Me Sport and WrestleVotes had to say about that. So I think it's kind of likely that we're going to get a new title introduced after WrestleMania. But I will talk about all of WrestleMania's matches and preview and predictions that's going to come up later on in the week, because I got a big week planned for WrestleMania weekend and week. Hell of a lot of shows to go through here, but I'm not gonna spend time talking about that right now. I'm gonna wait until after the show to talk about that. But right now we're gonna talk about this. Actually, I thought was a very enjoyable episode of Monday Night Raw that opened and closed with two banger matches. And did a lot, in my opinion, to build some of the matches. Not all of the the two women's title matches didn't get a lot of build, unfortunately. Still looking forward to both matches as a match, as matches instead of feuds. But Raw opened up with Miz TV with Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch, and Lita. They come out here. Phoenix, it was hot all night. Good for you, Phoenix. I want Phoenix's energy to be applied to Friday on SmackDown in LA, and then the next night at WrestleMania, and then the following night after that on WrestleMania Night 2, and then following that energy all the way to Raw next week. So, anyway, so Miz is going on. He starts with Becky Lynch and says that he has a match with Io Sky slated for later tonight. He asks Becky what it feels like to be unable to take down the Damage Control on her own. And Lynch just makes a hilarious line about the whole thing there, the whole balls thing, which is funny. Miz gets defensive about the whole balls thing. Lynch says Damage Control put her on the shelf and ensure that she can take care of our daughter anymore. And she says that Damage Control kept coming back for more, all that stuff. Damage Control. Before Damage Control comes out, Miz asked Trish Stratus and Lita, why did they make their return? Why did they choose to make the return now to only be Lynch's backup? And Lita says that she doesn't feel like anyone's backup. And there's a little tease there of the rumor that Trish Stratus is going to be turning heel to feud with Becky Lynch eventually. Damage Control comes out. Bayley's not having any of it. She starts running her mouth. And Becky Lynch gets on the mic and says, "You know what, Bayley? You've been holding back Dakota Kai. You've been holding back Io Sky, one of the greatest champions in NXT history." I know a lot of people laughed at that line, and said, "Greatest champion? What are you talking about?" I'm like, look, I liked Io Shirai's reign as NXT Women's Champion because guess what? She kept putting on great matches as the champion. You know why? Because that's what champions are supposed to do: put on great matches, defending the title. That's what she did. She had matches with Dakota Kai. Speaking of, at the first takeover event, post the first takeover event of the pandemic era, where she beat Dakota Kai in a fun match. She beat Candice LeRae at the following takeover. She wrestled and beat what the fuck is her name? Shotzi and Tegan Knox on episodes of NXT TV, which were great. She had a great TLC match, which I think I think was the last TLC match. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But it was one of the very last few TLC matches we've seen in WWE with Candice LeRae, which was great. She had an okay match with. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Her match with Raquel Rodriguez was fucking atrocious to me. But I did love her match that she had with Rhea Ripley before Rhea Ripley got called up to the main roster. So, like, to me, I thought she had a great run as NXT Women's Champion. That being said, so basically she's tried to, for one, she put over Dakota and Io, which is good to see, but also planning the seeds for the eventual singles run for Io Shirai, and I'm very, very looking forward to it. And then we had a hell of an opening match here between Io Shirai, Io Sky, and Becky Lynch. Becky and Io brought it, showed up to work, and had an awesome match. I want to see more of these two. They only had 10 minutes, but in those 10 minutes, they delivered a very, 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 very good, fun, hell of a match. Becky Lynch wins, of course, but Io looked great in defeat. Believe it or not, like Io lost cleanly, but it was in a great. Like, she didn't lose anything by losing to Becky Lynch. So she looked great in defeat. They both had a great fucking match. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I want to see this match again. This time without Damage Control a part of the whole thing. You have Io on her own, and then Becky Lynch with doing her own thing, and you could do 20 minutes, and I would fucking just eat it all up. Because Io Shirai is a phenomenal pro wrestler. Speaking of Io Shirai, so this is pretty funny. So I was I was messing around with that chatbot AI thing, right? And so I asked Chatbox or chat what the fuck is it called? The AI thing that I did. I forgot what the hell it's called. I think it's called OpenAI. That's what it's called. And I asked, very simple, would you, if WWE were to have their own version of like Stardom's factions, and they brought in a version of Queen's Quest that was formed and led by Io Shirai, I said, give me some other WWE wrestlers that on the current roster that would fit that group. And this, I don't know why, but I like the names they came up with. Though they came on here with Tegan Nox. For some reason, it lists her as a former NXT Women's Champion, which is not true. But the rest of it says a skilled wrestler who could add technical ability and add heart to the stable, which reminds me of Azumi a little bit. Reminds me of Azumi here. Liv Morgan, who's improved a lot in the ring, and her unique look that could add to some variant of the stable. So she would technically be like a version of Momo Watanabe in a way. Selena Vega, she's a great character who has great mind skills and can help round out the stable. Xia Li, who has that mixed martial arts background, would fit. To me, I think she would fit in Donna Del Mondo, but that's just me. Or Oedo Tai, and Candice LeRae, who to me I think would fit better in Cosmic Angels, but but that's what it was. Just I had a little fun with chat OpenAI thing. OpenAI, by the way, I want to. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I have something cool that I'm going to be doing soon. I'm going to be starting up. I'm going to announce it right now, but I'm going to be starting up an entire 2K23 universe mode based in Stardom, featuring wrestlers from WWE, AEW, and the Stardom roster. Kind of like, it's basically like the roster I have for my WAW women's roster, which is a lot of women from AEW, WWE, and Stardom. and we're gonna and I'm gonna have my own character that created that came out of that was created from an AI open AI bot. And it's gonna be great. I'll share more details about that a little later, but I'm not gonna share any more right now. But what I'm gonna share is Seth Rollins is backstage. But before that, we had Asuka, Asuka hot video package hyping up her match with Bianca Belair for WrestleMania this weekend. Then we had a backstage interview with Seth Rollins and Kathy Kelly, who's interrupted by Mustafa Ali, who's doing a positively page. Looks like a character. Or it's all right, I guess. Seth Rollins then beat the shit out of Mustafa Ali. And Seth Rollins is mega over again. So he is. You gotta do. Hopefully, Triple H does something with Rollins after WrestleMania. Because if they're planning on splitting the titles again, you could put Seth Rollins in King of the Ring and have him win King of the Ring if you want. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with Seth Rollins if they're not going to put Gunther in the not the elimination chamber in the King of the Ring and have him win it. I'm perfectly fine with Seth Rollins doing that. Next up, we got Omos Brock Lesnar weigh in. This was really not much of anything. Brock Lesnar came out and just ruined a lot of stuff. I still don't care about this match, nor do I care about Omos. It's a thing that's happening. I gotta go over it. I mean, I'm already over it, but I just don't care. Moving on. We have backstage interview. I'm following a video package hyping up Ric Flair, or not Ric Flair, God forbid, Charlotte Flair, some match with Rhea Ripley that they keep claiming is the main event of night one. It's not. From what I've been heard and been hearing, the tag title match is closing night one. That's what I've heard. So, but the Iron Section is backstage with Rhea Ripley. Asked Rhea for a response to Charlotte's words on SmackDown this past Friday. Ripley says that while Flair has an unmatched legacy, handed legacy, it will not define her own my own destiny, is what Rhea says. She has to beat Charlotte, and she needs her title to fulfill her destiny. What is she, Alberto Dorito now? Then we got a fun 8-man tag match that really meant nothing. These are just the 4 teams that are going to be in that random ass showcase match that means nothing. Street Profits, Braun Strowman, and Ricochet get the win after Ford hits a frog splash. Or after Braun Strowman hits a power bomb or spine buster or something, he hit something, and then Ricochet hits a swanton bomb and all that stuff. It was whatever. Crowd were hot for it though. It was whatever. Then we got a Bianca Belair video package hyping up her again, the same match earlier with Asuka. People talking about her. I really hope Asuka wins. I will be talking about the predictions for that show this coming week. I will go over the schedule again for what's going down this week on podcast. So stay tuned for that. Austin Theory's back. Well, no, he's not backstage. They show a video from earlier in the day where he's in an empty arena. Says, according to John Cena, he will lose everything on Saturday. While he says Cena thinks he has exposed him on the mic. He just really exposed himself. Yada yada yada. This match is happening on Saturday because we find out on SmackDown that Cena and Austin Theory will be opening WrestleMania 39. Fun fact: I believe it was over 18 years ago. I think I want to say 18 or 19 years ago. WrestleMania 20. If I think I could be wrong here on that, but let me double check here. Oh yeah, so a little bit over 19 years ago. Actually, actually at this point it is 19 years ago. John Cena, his first official wrestling match at WrestleMania was WrestleMania 20. He opened that show against the Big Show, challenging for the United States Championship. Over 19 years later, he's opening the same show against Austin Theory for the same title. It's pretty cool to hear that. It's pretty cool. We found out early in the night that Carmella, still missing. Sonya Deville is now her tag team partner for some reason. And they defeated Candice LeRae and Mia Yim, who advanced to the Mania 4-way tag match, which from my understanding and what I found out, is supposed to be a number one contenders match because it does seem like Becky is pulling double duty on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe. Depends. I don't know. That all depends on how that may not even happen. Who knows? Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio come to the ring. They start talking about stuff. They said, well, I wish that Eddie Guerrero was my dad, is what Dominic says. First of all, Dominic, I thought you were aware that your daddy is Eddie Guerrero. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. Just saying. But we got Rey Mysterio, Damian Priest. This match was all right. It was fine for what it was. Rey Mysterio wins via DQ because Dominic pulls him down on the turnbuckle. Referee saw it. And they start, and Dominic and Priest start beating up Rey Mysterio. Legado del Fantasma comes out of the ring to a massive pop. Santos Escobar, who's going to be a future world champion, in my honest opinion, he's going to go places. Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde come out of the ring to provide Rey with a helping hand. When they head to a video package next to hype up the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which includes the return of the OC, Rick Boogs, Elias, Bobby Lashley, and all them names that are going to be in there. Then we got Imperium coming out here with Gunther, the amazing Gunther, the magnificent, non-title. Ziggler gets murdered by Gunther. It was Last Symphony, Powerbomb Last Symphony for a win. Gunther follows that matches, grabs the mic, calls out Sheamus and Drew McIntyre because he's got the triple threat match for the Intercontinental title, which should be incredible shit. I cannot wait for that match. And the rest of Imperium beats the shit out of Dolph Ziggler. I think that's what happened. But I'm excited for the triple threat match at WrestleMania. Main event: Solo Sikoa, Cody Rhodes. Fun main event. I enjoyed this main event. Later on, somewhere in the match, Solo Sikoa delivered a splash in the corner. Hits his head. He hits a headbutt, a series of right hands, then delivers another headbutt. Cody delivers an elbow, and then a scoop for a power slam. Then delivers a disaster kick and a Cody cutter. Follows up with the crossroads, goes for the pin, but Solo Sikoa was able to get his foot on the bottom rope. Rhodes sends to the top rope, gets ready to hit for a moonsault. But Solo gets out of the way here. He sets it for a Samoan spike, but Cody managed to hit a Cody cutter. The Usos come down to the ring, who try to get the distraction here. This allows Solo to hit the spinning solo for the pin. Cody kicks out, which I believe this may be the first time either on the main roster or ever that the spinning solo was kicked out of. KO and Sammy come down to the ring. They have a promo earlier tonight. They're basically talking, yeah, I'm gonna win the tag team titles with my brother. Basically, that's what happened. The two teams brawled. up to the ramp to the back. Solo distracted like a fucking idiot. Gets set up for the Samoan. He first starts setting up Cody for the Samoan spike. Cody escapes, hits the crossroads for the second time. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes keeps his momentum going. He's still undefeated going into his match at WrestleMania on Sunday night against Roman Reigns. And that's how Raw went off the air. I enjoyed Raw this week. I thought it was a fine episode of Raw. Probably, in my opinion, the best go-home show, Raw WrestleMania go-home show we've had in a very long time. But yeah, that's what I got here. The current card for Sunday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday, whichever way you want to do it. Right now, the matches we do know that's going to be taking place on a night. Night one's going to have Austin Theory versus John Cena for the United States Championship. Seth Rollins and Logan Paul is going to happen on night one. And then the match that we find out earlier today is happening on night one. Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus taking on Damage Control. On night two, we have the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Cody Rhodes challenging Roman Reigns for the titles. And then the other matches that we know for a fact are happening. Undisputed tag team title matches. Undisputed tag team title match. Usos defending against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Charlotte defending the SmackDown Women's title against Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair defending the Raw Women's title against Asuka. We did find out we had a Finn Balor video package earlier in the night too. He did confirm the Demons. So we're going to get Edge, the Brood Edge versus the Demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania inside Hell in a Cell. The Triple Threat Intercontinental title match, Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, which was finally made official last week on SmackDown. The Fatal 4-Way women's tag team match of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Natalya and Shotzi Blackheart, taking on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, and taking on Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. And finally, the men's tag team Fatal 4-Way match. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus Alpha Academy versus Street Profits versus Viking Raiders. So that is the card for WrestleMania. Still, as of right now, Bray Wyatt is not on the show. He was originally supposed to be facing Bobby Lashley, but that doesn't look like it's going to be happening, which is why Bobby Lashley has been moved to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal match on SmackDown. So, let's talk about the schedule for this week. As I'm recording this right now, what's going to go up tonight is the Monday Night Raw review. Again, much like last year, even though I wasn't covering the shows like I am now. But I didn't watch it last year, and I'm not going to watch it this year. I'm not covering NXT. I don't give a shit that Johnny Gargano's on that show or not this weekend. I just don't give a shit about Shawn Michaels rebooking his entire career on NXT. I don't care to see that. So, not watching it. AEW Dynamite review. I may throw in Ring of Honor predictions for the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. And I'm a little behind on Ring of Honor as television. I do apologize for that. It's been a rough few weeks for me. I've just been my sleep schedule has been fucking weird lately. My plan is to get back to what I was doing all week. Hopefully, that's my plan there. I'm gonna try to film either tonight or tomorrow the WrestleMania 39 predictions video that's gonna go up on Thursday. The Dynamite review is gonna go up on Wednesday. That will probably also coincide with the Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. Actually take that back. Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor predictions are gonna go up with the Ring of Honor review on Thursday. To get a double review, which I'm not really looking for. I very difficult to watch both these shows. So we got SmackDown and Supercard of Honor. They're going to be reviewing both shows the same day, same time. I'm not reviewing both shows at the same time, but they're going to be in the same audio video form. That's going to happen on Friday. On I'm gonna do something a little fun for you guys on Saturday. I'm gonna go over this review sort of the first 2 rounds of the Stardom Cinderella tournament. I have a lot to say about round 1, which was really, really fucking confusing as hell. That's gonna be happening on Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, WrestleMania Night 1 review, and then Sunday night, WrestleMania Night 2 review. And then we start this whole circle back over again with the Raw after WrestleMania. But yeah, that's the schedule for this week. I'm not looking forward to it in a way because, like, okay, so I'm looking forward to it, but also not looking forward to it, if that makes sense. You know, so, but yeah, I'm very excited. I'm also very excited to do my Stardom Universe mode. I'm gonna wait a little bit though to start that. I'm gonna wait until I can get some of the wrestlers I need. I've already got Utami. I one of my friends who was working on some of the wrestlers. He just uploaded. I think it's a he. It's either he or she, whoever. But they will be uploading some more. They just put up Azumi. That should be fine. So yeah, WrestleMania week is gonna be insane. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it as a fan. Not looking forward to covering it. I guess it's gonna kill me. Not like mentally exhausted. I'm gonna be exhausted after this weekend. But hey, it's all for the fun of this thing called professional wrestling. I'm not gonna be talking about the CM Punk stuff on this podcast. I'm just kind of over it at this point. So yeah, I'm just kind of over it at this point. Anyway, I've been Matt the Misfit. This has been the Misfit Wrestling Podcast, and I'll see you guys back here for I almost said SmackDown for AEW Dynamite. So yeah. Till then, we're out.